Hi there. Welcome. Welcome to day 6 of 99 Days of Deeper Embodiment. My name is Jason King, and we are now on day 6. So let's just take a moment and feel the space of the body. Get into the body, feel it. Feel the heart. Feel presence throughout as we wait for people to join. Just take a moment to check in with your sit bones, feeling the gravity that is supporting you. Wherever you're seated or standing. If you're standing, feel your feet and check in. Just noticing that you are supported, that you are always held, that you're not doing gravity. Gravity is just there. You're not doing anything to make that happen at all. You don't have to make that happen. It's doing itself. So just feeling that spaciousness as you connect with gravity. And so, what I want to talk about today is allowing for the ideas, giving room to what doesn't feel pleasant. And it doesn't feel pleasant to not feel pleasant, obviously. That's the thing about not feeling pleasant. It doesn't feel pleasant. And so when it doesn't feel pleasant, then naturally there's resistance. And that's okay. It's all okay. It's all doing itself in okayness, you see. And so by allowing it to be okay, then all of a sudden I'm giving room to it. It's okay. It can be there. There is a feeling of not okayness, and that can be there too. There is a feeling of stuckness, and that can be there too. There is a feeling of pain, and that can be there too. There is an idea that I'm not loved or cared for, and that can be there too. You see, and all of a sudden everything becomes easier. It becomes less overwhelming. Nothing's shifted other than the space that I'm giving it. Nothing's changed except for the space that I'm allowing for it. And in giving it more space, then I can relax deeper. I can come deeper into this moment. I can come deeper into myself. I'm feeling a lot of perspectives come up that say that I'm not being held, I'm not being met, um, I'm in danger, there is a threat. I mean, when we look at COVID, for example, what is COVID? If we really begin to touch it, what is it? What is here? If we touch it from a place of curiosity without knowing anything about it, what is this? I don't know what this is. And allowing the curiosity to inform our awareness, allowing the curiosity to reach out and touch it rather than immediately classify it, immediately judge it as real, judge it as non real, judge it as threat, judge it as non threat. Doesn't matter what it judges it as. If we really begin to sit and touch it without knowing anything about it from a curious place, what is there? And as I begin to allow it to inform me, as I begin to feel it, and what I begin to feel is ideas that say that I am under duress, I am threatened, I am I am scared. There is something here that I don't understand that is threatening me. There is something here that has the potential to hurt me. There is something here that is harming me or has the potential to harm me. And so these are the ideas. This is what they feel like. And so rather than moving into defending them or dismissing them, can I just be with them? Can I just allow them to be there? Make room for them, you see. Okay, there's ideas that there is a threat here. There's ideas that there is the potential for a threat here. Can I feel that fully here and now? Mhm. Without creating any stories around it, without moving into any other ideas about it, just meeting what is here now, what is here. Oh, that feels unpleasant. That there is potentially a virus that is threatening you, or a virus that is hurting you, or a virus that is hurting someone you know or love. That feels very unpleasant. I can feel that. I feel that. Okay, I'm here with you. It's okay that that's there. There's nothing to do about it. There's nothing to change about it. It's all okay. I can be there with you. You see, a lot of what is coming up is resistance to being there because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good at all. It doesn't feel good to believe that there's a threat that can harm the body and make me ill and potentially kill me or a loved one. That doesn't feel good at all. It feels very horrible. And so naturally, there's resistance to diving in and feeling this. Naturally, there's resistance to allowing it to be there, making room for it, giving it space, recognizing that in the spaciousness that is now, it's all okay. There's nowhere to go now. There's nothing to do now. There's no threat right now. It's all okay here. It's safe. You're safe. You're held in the spaciousness of now. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it is frightening. It's frightening when the world is changing around you. It's frightening when there are things that you don't understand, whether they be forces or energies, whether they be people or things, whatever is showing up for you that you don't understand, that is potentially scary, whether it be governments and restrictions or the news, whether it be sensations in the body and illness, whatever it is that's showing up for you is there. And it is there whether you want it to be there or not. Your desire around it being there has nothing to do with it being there. It's simply there. And so when we recognize this, then there comes a natural acceptance. Oh, it is there. Huh, it's there. Wow, look at that. It's there. There's no more resisting it. It's there. All right. Okay. And that allowance, that acceptance that it is there. And then I don't know anything about it. I don't know why it's showing up. I don't know why it's there. I didn't make it show up. It has nothing to do with me. It's just there. That creates space around it because then I'm noticing the space around it. It's not that the space is created around it, it's just that now I'm noticing it. I'm becoming aware of the space around it. And in becoming aware of the space around it, then I begin to feel it. I begin to allow it to be there. It becomes less frightening. It becomes less intimidating. It becomes less of a thing at all. And right now, there's a lot of scary ideas coming up for everyone on the planet. Ideas that feel like I'm neglected, feel like I'm not loved, feel like I'm not taken care of, and that I never was taken care of. Feel like nobody really understands me. Feel like my family doesn't get me. My family doesn't understand me. They feel like chaos, uncontrollable behaviors and events passing by. They feel like a storm of sensations, a storm of ideas. And these perspectives that are here don't feel good. They feel really crummy. Does it feel good to feel like I don't have the means to support myself and that there's no money and that I may starve? Does that feel good? No, it feels really shitty. And I know because I'm experiencing it too. I'm right here with you. It feels really shitty. It feels shitty to believe that there is a threat of any kind, imagined or real. It doesn't matter. It feels shitty. Can we be with that? Can we meet each other there and say, yeah, I know that feels like shit. It doesn't feel good at all. Can we get honest about it? Hmm. I don't feel good when I'm confronted with ideas about COVID because it feels like I'm being pulled into or pressured into playing a game that I don't want to play. And that feels like a cage. It feels very restricting. Feels like a role that I don't fit into. I don't feel good when I'm asked to wear a mask when it does not feel authentic for me, when I don't feel a fear or a threat, when I don't see illness or disease that way. That does not feel good for me. And yet, I can also meet the feeling that there's a threat. I can also feel the idea that there is a threat. I can also feel the fear that there is the potential for death. There is the potential for suffering. And I feel that. And that doesn't feel good either. It feels very shitty. Mhm. And yet, in the spaciousness that I am, I have room for that too. That can be there. It's okay. Because I love all of me. There's no part of me that isn't held. There is no part of me that isn't met. There is no part of me that's rejected. And if there is a part of me that is still playing out ideas of not being met and not being loved and not being held, that part can be there too. Mm. That idea can be there as well. And here's the spaciousness. So, what ideas are showing up for you, and how do they feel? And can you allow them to be there? Can you give them room to be there? Can you feel them without creating a story around it? Can you hold space for all of you? If you can, this is deeper. And even if you can't, this is still deeper because we are here together, becoming more aware. Sometimes it's impossible. There's too many ideas. There's no way to hold space for all of them. Sometimes there's so many ideas that it's overwhelming, and it's very difficult to get in touch with presence. And that's okay too. And there's nothing wrong here. It's all okay. And in allowing it to all be okay, then we are moving deeper. There is more embodiment. There is more awareness. There is more here-ness. And in this here-ness, there's nothing to defend. It's simple. It's spacious. It sees everything, and it is nothing. And yet it is all. Louise says, my mind won't stop talking to me. And that's okay too. It's okay that the mind jibber jabbers. It's okay that the mind talks a whole lot. I remember when I was beginning my training with ayahuasca, which lasted many years, that in the beginning I would get very frustrated. I would get very frustrated because my mind would not shut up. Because no matter what I was experiencing, the mind would always come in, it would jump in and start to go, ooh, look at that. Oh, what is that? Oh, hey, look, this is happening to me. And it became, I called it the incessant commentator. The incessant commentator, always there making noise and taking me out of here, taking me out of what was now. And in the ceremony, in order to hold space in that way, I needed to be extremely focused, very here, very now. Because in the moment that someone took me out of the focus, then that is when um, there actually is a threat. That is when there there is the potential or the possibility um, of something happening, of something going wrong. As long as I was always 100% focused, 100% here, then there could never be anything that goes wrong in a ceremony because the self is running. And so, no matter what arose, I would always be moved into exactly the right position where exactly the right song would be sung in exactly the right timing, always, without fail. And yet, if I listen to that mind, which comes in and just starts to jibber jabber, say, "Oh my God, look at this! Oh, what is this? Oh, Jesus! There's something over there." Then, and I allow that to pull my focus. Then there is a threat. Then there is the potential for something to happen and to go wrong because all of a sudden I am no longer present. Mm. Y Luis, no sé si me entiendes, porque estoy hablando en inglés, pero me parece importante esta historia, así entiendes que la mente hablando no es un problema, es como la mente viene y habla, y se habla, y se habla, y no hay ningún problema con eso, simplemente está allí. Y cuando está estudiando muchísimo con la planta, ah, lo que me está enseñando es mantenerme enfocado, dominando la narración todo el tiempo, mantenerme bien enfocado todo el tiempo. Y la mente siempre viene y empieza a hablar, empieza a decir cosas, empieza a actuar como un niño en realidad. Es como es un niño diciendo, ay Dios mío, mira lo que está pasando, estoy yendo por allá, yendo por allí, y eso está sucediendo, y, y hay espíritus por allá, y hay demonios por allá, y ay. Y es como habla la mente, como haciendo la comentario para uno de los juegos de fútbol. Todo el tiempo. Y, y de ahí tuve que aprender cómo mantenerme enfocado en cada momento. La mente habla, pero me mantengo enfocado, no importa lo que dice. Porque si me mantengo enfocado, todo está bien siempre. Porque el ser se maneja la ceremonia, se maneja el espacio de sanación. Entonces, cualquier canción que necesitaba cantar, si necesitaba moverse en mi cuerpo, no importa. Si me mantengo enfocado, siempre estoy exactamente correcto. Y no hay nada que puede pasar mal. No es posible. Es cuando me pierdo en ideas, por allá y por allá. Esto es cuando algo viene y me choca. Ojalá que eso te ayude para que lo puedas hacer bien, con claridad. Thank you for joining me. Gracias por asistir y nos vemos mañana. Te amo mucho. I love you very much.